Good afternoon, everybody. I was, actually, I'm not late. I thought I was late. I was looking for some saffron for our first dish, and I use the term dish loosely. So, let me see if I got the cameras all working. I do. I still need to work on the lighting down here. I need one of those ring lights or something. So, welcome in. We are doing a Game of Thrones cooking stream today. Nothing too fancy. We're not like roasting a boar over an open fire or doing like oodles of steaks or meat pies, even though, God, I wanted to do a meat and onion pie, but I just didn't have time to prepare, especially the dough, without taking shortcuts. So, here's the cookbook we are cooking from. So it's right here. And it is a really interesting cookbook. They have the medieval versus modern versions of a lot of the recipes. And I have chosen about 6 recipes to work. Well, I'm sorry. 5. Computer. Stop. I already told you to cancel that timer. We're doing 5 recipes. I've made notes here. We're also making 1 spice that will be used in at least one of the recipes. So 6 things total. So we're going to make first iced milk with honey. And we need to chill that for about an hour. So we'll make that first, stick in the fridge. Then we will make the poudre douce. It's a spice. And that'll be used in one of the later dishes. Then we will make biscuits and gravy. Excuse me. By the way, the iced milk and honey is a King's Landing recipe. The biscuits and gravy is across the narrow sea recipe. After that, we will then do white beans and bacon. And that is another King's Landing recipe. After that, we will we will be doing a chickpea paste, basically a hummus, which is a Dorn recipe. Now, I did not have time to create any flatbread. Well, let's just say I didn't make the time. So, what I did was I took some bread and basically turned it into like crouton consistency. So it's coated in olive oil, salt and pepper, and fried in a pan. And we will use that to dip into our chickpea paste. Then, after the chickpea paste, our last dish is a lemon cake. And that's a King's Landing recipe. So, some of the other recipes, like, the North and the Wall, some of them were either a little too complicated or I just couldn't find some of the ingredients. But that is what we're going to work on today. So, let's see. Doobie-doo. Biscuits and gravy. Oh, yes, trust me. I love biscuits and gravy. So, let's start with our iced milk. And I have read through these, but I need to refresh my memory. So it says prep time is 5 minutes, chilling 1 hour at least. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a cup of whole milk and we're going to heat it over low heat until it is steaming. Then we will add the honey until it's combined. Then we will place it in the fridge to cool off. And then to serve, place either cubes or small chunks of ice into a glass, pour the sweetened milk over the ice, sprinkle with spices if desired. And that's what I was looking for before beginning a stream. It does recommend a spice of saffron or cinnamon. We're going to be using some Spanish saffron. And I was amazed when I opened this because, okay, you've seen these spice jars, kind of full with powder or whole whatever. What this has in it a little tiny envelope. That's it. That's all the saffron I got. But this only calls for a pinch, so this actually may last a while. So, let's start in on our milk. So, we're going to go over to the stove can. Oh, before I forget, I'm sorry. Before I forget, let's start Stream Raiders. Let me get my recipe. Iced milk. Put this up so I can reference it in case I need to. But let's start off with Stream Raiders and get that going. We're resuming where we left off on Friday, which was basically, I think, this battle right here. So we're heading up this line, going for this loyalty skin battle. So let's see what we've got here to do. I need to place War Beasts, Flying Rogues. Okay. So it's a level 4 battle. Might as well do a War Beast. Get it out of the way. And let me know if sound is okay. I've got the music turned down quite a bit, so it's not overpowering. Okay. War Beast. And place them if you got them. Computer. Set Stream Raiders timer for 29 minutes.
Stream Raiders time. 29 minutes.
She never gets that right. Okay. We're going to go over to the stove, and hopefully you can hear me over there. So we're going to start our pan here. Turn on a very, very low heat. Yep. Pour in our milk. Then we'll get our honey. And the honey we're using is a Mike's Hot Honey. So we want 2 tablespoons of that. And we will stir that together. Then we will take the saffron after we take it out of the fridge, right? Yes. We'll sprinkle with the spices after it's in the fridge for an hour. So, let's see if I can zoom that in a bit. Find the wrong camera. Well, I think it's that one. It is. Okay. Okay. I like these cameras. They look good on screen. Okay. So again, this is on a very low heat because we don't want to scald the milk. If you ever heated milk, you know how easy that is to do. So I am going to turn it up a touch. I don't want to be waiting for like 10 minutes. While that is warming up, one of the things that the cookbook recommends for most of these recipes is a dark beer, a very dark beer. So we're going to be drinking some Guinness Draught. So we have a couple of bottles of these, and we have a nice little mug here to put it in. This is not real ivory, just an imitation, a cheap plastic, but it looks good. And there we go. Ah, it's got a nice head on it. We're drinking some of these dark beer. We go back to checking our milk. Nothing yet. I can feel it. It's barely warm. Well, you'll see tiny little bubbles starting. You always kind of want to stir it, especially as it gets warmer. So, once we do this, we will go on to that poudre douce. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. That's the spice that we will be making, which, again, I forget which recipe calls for it, but it's kind of like some of the Skyrim spices. You know, you've got the Nord, the Imperial, hell, I think there's 1 or 2 others. This cookbook also has a bunch of different spices and general recipes in the beginning, like doughs, pie crust and stuff. Unfortunately, some of those doughs take 2-3 hours to rise. So there's not enough time to do it on stream. Like I said, I thought about doing some off stream and maybe recording it, but I just didn't get time yesterday. So, back and check our milk. Yep, it's getting warm. And let's see what we're going to put this in to put in the fridge. We could just put the pan in, I guess. If I have room, we'll have to make room. Head ready. Yep, I can see a couple of bubbles starting to form. So again, I guess this is just a sweet drink, non-alcoholic, that they have in King's Landing. Probably on hot days, it's a nice cool drink to relax by. Here's my beer. There it is. Okay. So we'll give that another minute or so while it cooks. Yes, yes. If you have, if you're using Steam for VR, I think it's the Big Screen or Big Picture or something app. You can download it and watch a stream or something up on a big monitor in your VR environment. I've done that. It's fun. I did that. I think one time when I was first watching Tink for the first time. God, almost 2 years ago. Yes, VR is fun. Okay. I'm starting to get impatient. I want it to heat up. Be careful or it will overheat. Let's get our tablespoon ready. I like to use wooden utensils, especially in my cast iron skillets, but even in pots. I mean, I can just pull up a monitor on my VR set and watch it. Yep. It's kind of nice. Though, which kind of VR headset do you have, Paz? I have the old Vive Pro. It's about 3 years old, 4 years old. Oh, the Rift. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure how comfortable that is. I know my Vive is a little uncomfortable after a while. And I was so disappointed. Oh, Omega gave it to you. Nice. Nice. Omega's a sugar daddy. Omega, I could use like a new car or something. You know, just asking. What was I going to say? Oh, yeah. One of the first and major disappointments when I got my headset was I was so hoping I could wear it without having to wear glasses. But unfortunately, no. Have to wear glasses. I don't know about some of the newer ones, though. Okay. Heating up slowly. And we have, let's get our bacon out, because we're going to use that in a couple of recipes. Got our bacon ready. We have our eggs ready. We've got an onion ready. This will be good. Yeah, he doesn't. He also gave a bunch of new PC things, so I got a monitor from him as well. I heard about you setting up a third monitor the other day. So, nice. Very nice. Very nice. Yeah, actually down here in the kitchen, I only have the laptop screen and one old square monitor. It doesn't even do landscape. I have a bunch of other old monitors, but they've all died on me, so I need to shell out for maybe a larger big screen monitor down here, because the laptop screen is just not that great. I am starving. I've been actually nibbling on those breadcrumbs, or these things. I've eaten about 3 of them so far. Oh, yep, it's starting to steam. Okay, we are good. Let's add our honey. So 2 tablespoons. Okay, there's 1. And 2. Okay. touch of scoring on the milk. And right this. So actually, this should be it. We'll turn off the heat. Stick this in the refrigerator. 1 hour. Computer, set milk timer for 1 hour. Okay. Set this back to normal. And that is our milk for our iced milk. We will be able to taste that in about an hour. So, the next thing we're going to work on is the spice. Again, it's called poudre douce. Poudre douce, or sweet powder, was a common medieval spice mix. Equally useful for flavoring savory main dishes and sweet desserts. It was also used to season mulled wine or hippocras. Sorry, my eyesight. We replace the cassia flowers with extra cinnamon, although if ground cassia is available, 2 teaspoons may be used in place of half of the regular cinnamon. I did not have that cassia. But one of the things it did call for, which I didn't have and had to order, was something called galanga powder. No idea what it is. Haven't even opened it yet. So, for this, we're going to need 4.5 teaspoons of the cinnamon, a teaspoon of ground ginger, a teaspoon of grains of paradise, which I actually have for my mead making. Grains of paradise. Pinch of nutmeg, pinch of this galangal, and a cup of sugar. Basically, let's see, we're going to crush them all together, so we'll do that in a mortar. And just seal it in an airtight container, and we have a little container all ready to store it in for future use. So, let's get this started. And our mortar and pestle's over here. Got it on my little kitchen cart over here to the side. Okay. Let's out this milk now so we can use it. Okay. So we have our mortar and pestle. Okay. So first off, we need 4.5 teaspoons of cinnamon. We have our ground cinnamon. So we have 1 teaspoon. So let's do 4 of these. Yeah, with all this cinnamon, this is going to be a sweet spice. Which kind of makes sense. It's not like they had candy or anything in the Middle Ages. Okay. And a half. Okay. And cinnamon can go everywhere, so you gotta be careful. I feel like it's sealing. Oh, it's because of that lid. Come on. Get on there. There we go. Okay, then we need a teaspoon of ground ginger. And we have our ground ginger. Clean off our teaspoons. And a half teaspoons. So yeah, some of these themed cookbooks, you will find that they have a lot of recipes in the very beginning for spices or doughs or stuff like that. So, let's see, what am I missing here? Alchie is old, forgive him. Wait. He doesn't use... Wait, what do you mean I'm old, forgive me? Forgive me for what? Okay, So the ginger, we want 1 teaspoon of ground ginger. This may not, yeah, it'll fit. Okay. Okay. Just had to show Tiny Pants how to play a game where you lift your device to play. She was like, ooh, thank you, Mommy. Aww, so cute. Okay, teaspoon of grains of paradise. And this, if you look, are like little kernels. So thus we will need to grind them. Thus the mortar and pestle. I need to get some more teaspoon and tablespoons. Okay, so it's 1 teaspoon of the grains of paradise. Okay. I need to make some more mead. I've got all these recipes, but I need to order some honey. Okay, a pinch of nutmeg. We have our old can of nutmeg here. That's right? Yep, that's right. And it doesn't open. Okay. And we have a little pincher thing here. Here it is. This says just a pinch, but we'll see. Okay. Pinch of nutmeg. A pinch of our new spice, Longa. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it right. So we're going to have to open this puppy. Sometimes you can peel this off, sometimes you got to cut it off. This one looks like it's going to peel. Well, kind of. Yeah, that didn't peel very well. All right, we're going to have to cut it. Computer, what timers are set?
You have 3 timers. Laundry with about 2 minutes left. Screen readers with about 12 minutes left. And milk with about 53 minutes left.
Let's make sure the milk was set. Wow, this is packed to the top. You don't see that often nowadays. Okay, this is just a pinch also. Ooh, it smells. It's a Christmas smell almost. Where do they get the grains of paradise? I do not know. Computer, where do grains of paradise come from?
Here's something I found on the web. According to TalkVietnam.com, the Greek name for the Garden of Eden's paradise, PR, Paradisos, beautiful garden.
Computer, that wasn't even close to a correct answer. Alexa ain't worth shit sometimes. Okay, so we've got our ingredient. Oh, cup of sugar. Okay. Take a good ½ ounce of the powder and 8 ounces. Put in the sugar now or not? 1 ounce of grains, 6 of an ounce of nutmeg, and crush them all together. Take a good ½ ounce of the powder. And 8 ounces of sugar. Okay, so we put in the sugar after the fact. So now most of this is already a powder, except for the grains of paradise. So we need to basically crush that up. I guess I could have put that in here first, then the rest of the powders. Computer,
Laundry timer.
stop. Sorry, I had some laundry going this morning. Okay, we're getting most of the grains of paradise here. Hopefully you can see that. Light isn't that great. I really do need to invest, I think, in one of those ring lights or something. Or at least a light that'll shine down on this counter. So, plant is native to tropical Western Africa, to Tome and Principal Islands in the Gulf of Guinea. It is cultivated in other tropical countries. Grains of paradise are exported from Ghana. Ooh, nice. Now you do a hell of a lot better job than Alexa, trust me. No offense, but that doesn't take much either. Alexa, I swear she can barely tell time or temperature. Okay, I think we're good. Okay. I don't know if a cup of sugar will fit in this little jar. Let's see. We got our sugar here. And a cup. See, that's a cup. This is going to be tight. I may need a bigger jar. But I need to mix this all up too. I might put in less than a cup. A cup of sugar is a lot. Put in maybe 3/4 of a cup. Or not 3/4. Yeah, 3/4. Wait. Yeah. Oh man, just got sugar over everything. Okay. Let's see, easiest way to get this out of here. Another one of those scoops. I do. I want to shake this up and mix it all up. Lose any of this nice spice. I mean, a simple spice can just take a dish way beyond its normal taste. Okay. Ooh, that's mixing it up nicely. So this is our poldre dulce. So it's basically a very sweet spice due to all the sugar. Yep, I could have even put in less sugar, I think. So that's our spice. Poldre dulce. Okay, do a little cleaning real quick. I don't think we're going to need the mortar and pestle again, but we'll clean it up now. This is a nice granite one, so all you really need to do is just wash it in clean water, wipe it out with a paper towel, and let it dry. I have a rack over here above the second side of the sink where I can just let it drain upside down on the rack. Got it all nice and wiped out. Let it dry. I also want to wash our pestle. And also let it dry. Let it sit. Dry off. That was our second recipe. The spice. Our milk is still cooling down. Let's check in. It is cooling down nicely. The pan is already barely lukewarm, so. Same family as ginger. Oh, okay. So let's see. Ground pepper, cardamom, and ginger can substitute for the paradise thingy. That is most, okay. Yeah, see, I have pretty much all of them. I try to use whatever I can, at least what is called for, kind of like that galanga. versus a substitute, and if I have time. And I did have time to order some, so. Okay. Now, our next recipe is the biscuits and gravy. That is on page 195. Close to see it. Ooh, yeah, here was a nice one. Duck with lemons, but getting a duck. They run for me. Okay. There it is. So, this is a cross the narrow sea recipe. So like many of our modern recipe interpretations, this one is a bit loose. We doubt that Yissel would have the means to make this particular pairing on the deck of a ship, but it was too delicious to pass up. Basically, what does it say up here on the history? Yissel, I think I'm pronouncing that right, Y-S-I-L-L-A, was turning the biscuits. She had an iron pan atop the brazier and put the bacon in. Some days she cooked biscuits and bacon, some days bacon and biscuits. Once every fortnight there might be a fish, but not today. They were best when eaten hot, dripping with honey and butter. So, this says it pairs well with the medieval peas, not peas, but peas, P-A-S-E porridge, or the modern beet pancakes or sister stew. Unfortunately, we're not making any of those. So it calls for flour, baking powder, milk, unsalted butter, 6 slices of bacon, and ground pepper. So, let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to turn the oven to 450. Okay. And we have our flour, just all-purpose flour. I could use bread flour, but it doesn't call for that. Okay, we have our baking powder. Just good old Clabber Girl baking powder. Milk, we need 3 cups of milk. So, let's get our milk thingy. Let's find something to pour the milk into. And we're just using normal vitamin D milk. Nothing fancy. No, none of that low skim, like watered down crap. I can't stand that. I want real milk. Okay. Something that'll hold 3 cups. Yeah, we'll use a mason jar. Need an extension for the cable for that camera. So let's do 3 cups of the milk. Get that set out. 1. Try not to use too many utensils and cups because then I run out. If I can reuse them for like the same thing over and over, that works. So that's why I'm using this one little cup thing for my milk. Okay, 3 cups of milk. Wash this out again. I suppose if you have a lot of measuring cups laying around, you can just keep using them over and over in place of reusing one. But I'm a little limited. So we have our milk. 2 teaspoons of unsalted butter. We have some unsalted butter that has been softening here. So let's cut that. I'm now getting these in like half a stick sizes. Ooh, that's almost too soft. I have to take the paper off. Yeah, ooh, nice and melted. So basically half of this. Oh, that's nice and soft, which will work good for this recipe. Okay. I have a timer about to stop. It's probably Stream Raiders. And it is. Computer, stop the timer. Okay, about 20 seconds to go. So, 6 slices of bacon. So, we thawed out some bacon today. We got a bunch here. all thought out. So we're going to do 6 slices. So in a bowl, combine the flour and all that. So, Stream Raiders. All right, we'll do Stream Raiders first, then we'll move on to the recipe. And we have 50 allies on the field. Not bad. Okay. Looks like all we really have is somebody down here, somebody over there, and the giant. So let's just do a attack buff. Here we go. That was quick. Okay, most kills is Cottage Eyes, and most assists is the real Slim Maggie. Congratulations, you two. And our 2 lucky reward winners are Enravi and Ziblika. Okay, nice. Okay, we're still 3 battles away before we hit the loyalty skin. So, I remember what I'm supposed to place again. War beasts or flying rogues. See what we got here. Come on. I hit the button. That means you do something. Okay. We got some little guys over here to the right. We got the giant to the left. So I'm going to put a flying rogue right here. So if you guys want to concentrate on the giant or the little guys, doesn't really matter. Just place them wherever you want them. Sweet. Okay, so going to go back to our biscuits and gravy. So let's go back to here, and we need our bowl. How much flour? 2 cups. Oh, right. And one of the things I always like to do is to sift my flour. So versus like just scooping it up in a cup and dumping it in, it's a little bit dense. But if you use a sifter, it's finer, it's more diffused, and sometimes you'll get a fluffier result. And I use just one of these old-fashioned tin sifters. All it is basically an aluminum thing with a crank. You just sift it. So this calls for, again, 2 cups plus 2 tablespoons. So versus doing a cup, I'm using a third of a cup. Or, I'm sorry, a fourth. You can use a third too. Actually, I thought I had the third in here. Okay, we'll use it. Oh, I have the third over in the bread flour. That's right, because I use that for baking the bread. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's 1 cup. Let's go ahead and sift that. And notice it just sifts it down through that fine little mesh at the bottom. And there's a couple clumps left. Dump those out. So let's do our next cup. 1. Whoa. Got a little bit in there outside of the sifter. 2. 3. Oh, that's why I got that thing up. It's in the way. Alright, we'll get around it. 4. And then it says 2 tablespoons. I always wonder where they get, like, okay, 2.5 cups and then like a quarter of a tablespoon, or a tablespoon, or a teaspoon. Okay. Get the flour out of the way, though I think we're going to need it for something else later. And yeah, we got a little flour outside of the sifter, but that's okay. And the clumps. Okay. So So now, in a bowl, combine the 2 cups of flour and the baking powder. So here's our 2 cups of flour. And we'll set this aside because I think we're going to need more flour for some more recipes later. So, our baking powder, which is 1 tablespoon. Wipe out our tablespoon with just a paper towel. Get some of that flour off of it. Didn't even bother to wet it down, just kind of wipe it off. It's only flour. Okay. So 1 tablespoon of the baking powder. And again, we're just using the old clabber. And remember, baking powder is different from baking soda. You will not get the same results. Okay. Baking powder. Pinch of salt. We just have normal table salt here. Actually, we'll use a little pinch thing. Okay. We have the 3 cups of milk. Okay, so combine the flour. Oh, it actually said a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Nah, a pinch and a 1/4 teaspoon are very close. Combine 1 cup of the milk and the butter. Ooh. That I missed. So combine these. Let's combine those first. Okay, that was our oven. Oh, shoot. Our salt, our baking powder, spilling it everywhere. You can see I'm getting it on my shirt. Should have had an apron on. Mix that all up so it's not all concentrated in one spot. And it is important to read through the recipes first before you actually start doing them. I didn't really do that. So, oh man, yeah, I've got like powder, or not powder, but I don't know if you can see it, but flour all over my shirt. So, okay, combine 1 cup of the milk and the butter, then stir this into the dry ingredients until blended. Drop the, wait a minute, it says called for 3 cups. Oh, the other 2 are probably for the gravy. And again, it's important to read through the recipes. Set aside to drain. Add the remaining 2 tablespoons of flour. Oh, shoot. I wasn't supposed to put those 2 tablespoons of flour into the mix. Yep, I screwed up already. And yeah, the 2 cups of milk. So, I need to put 1 cup of this milk back in here. Do it over the sink. Okay. So this is where we put our butter and our milk. Mix it up. And our butter is so nice and soft. So, probably should have cut it up into smaller pieces before I put it in here. But it's so soft I can just mash it and mix it. At least I hope I can. Actually, it appeared soft, but it wasn't that soft in the center. Probably should have let it out. Kept it out of the fridge earlier. We're going to fold this into the flour to make it dough. We're probably going to have to use our hands anyway, so we'll mash that up. So just to make sure I'm reading this right, so basically we're making homemade biscuits. Combine 1 cup of the milk and the butter, then stir this into until just blended. I need another spoon rest. And I am going to use my hands to stir this. That's about the best way to do it. And now that I've used butter in this cup. I may not be able to use it anymore for milk. I want to sit there for a while. And this obviously has a little bit of extra flour in it, those 2 tablespoons. Yeah, let's make this into a nice dough. So if you ever made biscuits with like Bisquick or something, obviously it's already kind of ready for you. It's basically biscuits from scratch. So just blended. It is kind of just blended. It says a drop. Oh, drop by rounded tablespoons onto the baking dish. We're getting there slowly. Right, but as someone that has cooking as a career, it is neat to know. This is true. So wait a minute, Paz, you have cooking as a career? Is that what you're saying? That's pretty well mixed. Let's go ahead and get off the excess. We'll wash our hands. So think about like Game of Thrones or basically the medieval times. You know, you had bakers. That's all they did. They just baked stuff. So they knew how to do this right. I mean, I'm sure they did measurements, but not like precise. They just kind of knew it off the top of their heads. Unlike nowadays, how often do you have somebody baking at home on a regular basis? Not that often. Unless you're doing it for some. So, we need a greased baking sheet. Okay. Those are baking. That's when we'll make our bacon and stuff. So, baking sheet. A little better. And we're going to cheat a little bit. We're just going to use a pan coating spray versus like greasing it. It's just a little bit easier. This is just a pan coating spray, nothing fancy. So this said by tablespoons. We'll see how well these turn out. Especially since they're a bit crumbly, but still. Yeah, see? I wonder if I should have put in just a little more milk. We'll see how well these turn out. It's not like they have to be like perfectly round or anything. Yeah, it's a bit crumbly. Wouldn't that be a kick in the pants if it was just those 2 extra tablespoons that was making it more dry? We'll see how these turn out. I'm actually compressing them a little bit in the tablespoon. Make them a little more solid. Hard. One of the things I've always wanted to do was for these cooking streams, like a few days ahead of time, make all the recipes. And that's what I should have done. Figure out what would go wrong, what would work right. Sometimes I just don't have the time. see, these are crumbly. I don't know how well these are going to turn out. If I can redo some of these. They said we may have thunderstorms today, but so far we haven't had a lick of rain. It is warm out there. It's already 81. It's supposed to get in the mid-80s today. We have the air conditioning on. It's turned down a little bit low because I knew the kitchen was going to be warm. Alright, let's see how good or bad that turns out. We'll just set the rest of this dough aside. We can always reuse it later. Or if this doesn't turn out well, I may just toss it. We'll see. Okay. So we want to put this in the oven for 10 to 12 minutes, and then we will start on our bacon. Whoops. Computer, set oven timer for 10 minutes. Okay, let's start on our bacon. Our bacon right here. And I cut these slices in half, so where it says 6, we'll be using probably 12 half slices. So, preheat a large skillet over medium-high. Place the bacon in the skillet and cook until it's just shy of crisp. Okay. Let's go over to the stove. We can use one of our cast iron skillets. This one's already kind of warm because it was sitting right underneath the oven vent here. Okay. We'll set these aside because I need space. And these iron skillets are coated with olive oil. Every time I use one, I wash them out and then recoat them so they stay seasoned. Actually, it said preheated, didn't it? So I should wait until the skillet heats up, right? Preheat, yes. So let's give this a minute. Heat up. Shouldn't take very long. Cast iron heats up pretty quickly. We'll take a swig of beer while we're waiting. And let's zoom in on that again. So you can see the awesome bacon is just cooking away. Okay. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys. Awfully quiet out there. Alright. So, bacon, bacon, bacon. Yep. Let me not do 12 half slices. I might just do 6 and a half. Actually, I'm only going to have maybe 12. Let me guess for another recipe. White beans and bacon. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. We do one more slice. Nice. We'll put this bacon back in the fridge. And Miss Latitude, welcome in. We're just making some bacon now for our biscuits and bacon gravy. We've already made our cold milk and honey for our milk over ice, which will be ready in, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes. Just a nice cool drink on a summer. And then we've also made our homemade spice for some dishes. So now we're just making the bacon. So, okay, set aside a drain on a paper towel. So let's get a plate ready. And I kind of like to use these grates. That helps with drain versus sitting in their oil. We'll set the bacon to dry. We don't want it too crisp. Because that's what the recipe is. Since I know the beans and bacon will call for frying up more bacon, I was thinking I may not need to wash out the skillet, but you could just reuse it. However, we're going to be using the juices from this batch to help make our gravy. So, okay, give that another minute. Oh, let's see. Hey, Drayden, welcome in. And Andy. Andy, I do not have any pickled eggs right now. I will be making some more eggs this evening, and I'll be pickling some. Actually, I'll be pickling them all. By the way, I tried them last time in white wine vinegar and apple cider vinegar. Yeah, I don't recommend the apple cider vinegar. So I'll be pickling them all in white vinegar, and then deviling some of them. Oh yes, all these cast iron skillets, I've got like a shit ton. These are the big 10 or 12 inch. I think they're 12 inches. I got 2 of those up here. I've also got some 10 inches and some 8 inches, but I haven't used those in like 20 years. They're still packed in boxes from my last apartment. They're all from my grandmother's. I've also got this General Electric cast iron on the right side. Well, you can't see it right now, but it's great too. Okay. Hopefully we can get this ready by the time my biscuits are ready to come out, assuming we didn't ruin the biscuits. So again, this recipe, the biscuits and bacon, this is from across the narrow sea. So on the other side, from like King's Landing and all that, that's where this recipe supposedly come from. Okay, my mom gave me an oval-shaped one I use for eggs. Ooh, that sounds good. I don't have an oval one. I do have a squarish one. And I've got this huge black iron kettle, which is just great for soups and stews. So yeah, I love cooking in cast iron. So, okay, let's see. Set aside the dry on paper. Discard all but 2 tablespoons of the bacon grease. Add the remaining 2 tablespoons of flour to the grease and whisk it in thoroughly. So let's get that flour. We're just going to do 2 quick tablespoons of flour here. We're not going to sift this. This will help make our gravy. Yeah, I buy flour like in the 25-pound bag, so I poured a bunch of it in these containers. They're old pretzel containers. Let's check our bacon. And almost ready. I actually like my bacon crisp and well done, but this recipe says not to. Let it cook a little bit more. it on the outside because it tends to burn toward the center. Okay. So cook for, okay, grease, whisk it together, trying not to burn the flour, then add the remaining 2 cups of milk, whisk thoroughly. Heat the mixture until bubbling, then simmer for 5-10 minutes until it starts to thicken. Meanwhile, crumble the bacon. Well, if I'm going to have to crumble the bacon, it needs to be crisp. You can't crumble bacon that's not crisp. Get some of this crisper. So when it said this recipe is from across the narrow sea, I'm not sure if it was like the Dothraki or some of those other civilizations that supposedly cooked this. Yes. Oh, extra crispy? Definitely. I do not like soggy bacon. Or chewy. I like it nice and crisp and, you know, it just snaps off when you bite into it. Alright, it's getting there. And our biscuits... Oh shit, I think our biscuits are almost done.
Your oven timer is done.
Alright, let's check our biscuits. Oh, they look pathetic. Here,
Your oven...
stop the timer. Yeah. Our biscuits, they look kind of pathetic. Versus, we do happen to have, where are they at? No. We might cheat a little bit. These are from Bob Evans. That's what a biscuit should look like. I need to work on my biscuits. So, our bacon is almost done. I'm leaving the biscuits in the oven for another 3 minutes. Computer, set oven timer for 3 minutes.
Oven timer, 3 minutes. Starting now.
Alright. This, I think, is about ready. Definitely browns better in the center. Even though a cast iron skillet pretty much heats thoroughly, but the burner is right here, so it just tends to get a little more crisp, right around that center. Now, I think it's Miss Latitude. You said you use cast iron a lot. Do you use a gas stove or an electric stove? I prefer gas because I feel like you can control the temperature much better with gas than with electric. In addition, one of my old roommates, I had a bunch of nice copper bottom pans, and she would just crank them up all the way and she burned the copper off the bottom of the pans. It was kind of sad. All right, let's do this. Some of them look not quite cooked, but they should be good. Don't want to overcook something. This one looks really good. Okay. Set these aside over here, let them cool off. We need 2 tablespoons of this. So I need something to put that in. And do I have a spare tablespoon? I do not. Actually, I have this one from the honey. Let me wash this out. Paper towel. I definitely need more tablespoon, teaspoon stuff. I've only got 2 sets, and I always seem to run out. So, that is hot. So we want 2 tablespoons. we're going to just toss this. I hate to do that, but okay. And just to make sure I'm doing this right, because I didn't follow the instructions properly. Set aside, drain, okay. Discard all but 2 tablespoons of bacon grease. Add the remaining 2 tablespoons of flour to the grease. Computer.
Your oven timer.
Stop. Okay. Let's set the bacon aside. We're going to take the biscuits out. They, again, I'm not impressed with the biscuits. I really need to work on my biscuit making skill. Yeah, they may have been in there a bit too long. Like I said, we can always use the Bob Evans if we need to. Pour those 2 tablespoons back in. Take our flour. Okay, and whisk it in thoroughly. Cook for about 1 minute. Then add the remaining 2 cups of milk. So, have our remaining 2 cups of milk right here. Oh! Stream Raiders. Tell you what. 2 Stream Raiders real quick before we start this. Okay, Stream Raiders. We have 65 allies on the field. Not bad. Let's do a battle. Here we go. And I'm going to pour me another beer. Ah! Ooh, there's a bunch of guys up in the upper right I didn't see. Okay. Most kills, Aromafa, and most assists is Taya. And our lucky reward winners are X-Ranger and Paz. Congratulations, everybody. All right. Let's see, I need to place again a War Beast or Flying Rogues. We've got a level 3 battle, silver chest, so it's but it's on our way to the loyalty chest. Okay, I think my War Beast isn't ready yet. Is my Flying Rogue? He's not ready either. Okay. I will put an Orc Slayer down. He's not an Orc, but hey, they still do good damage. Okay, place them if you got them, folks. Computer, set Stream Raiders timer for 29 minutes.
Stream Raiders timer. 29 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, I've turned the stove back on. It's on low-ish. It's still hot. We will sprinkle our flour in. This is just 2 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. Stir it up. Computer, set timer for 45 seconds.
Third timer. 45 seconds. Starting now.
Keep this on very low. Don't want to burn it. I wonder if I should have put in a little more of the grease. That's what's left out of our 2 tablespoons-ish. And you do have to be careful with cast iron. They hold their heat quite well, so it's really easy to get them too hot. They don't cool down that quickly. Right? Say what? All right, we got seconds for this, so let's put in our milk. Computer, stop. So mix up that flour and grease and milk. And again, if you use cast iron, it is best to use wooden utensils metal can scrape the pan and ruin your coating. So that's why I have like a shit ton of wooden utensils for cooking. Okay. And let's see, this basically says add the 2 mini cups and whisk thoroughly. Well, I'm not using a whisk because it's metal. Heat the mixture until bubbling, then simmer for 5 to 10 minutes until it starts to thicken. So let's turn it up just a touch. Get it bubbling. And our biscuits, as you can see, they're a little brown, they're a little, yeah. With the gravy, they may be good. But these are not good biscuits, they're too dry. Probably should have added in more milk. I really do need to practice with my biscuits recipes. So we have our bacon here. We're going to go ahead and while we're waiting on the gravy, we're going to mash these up. So best way, I'm just going to slice them up on a cutting board. Go. And I'm starting to run out of space. I mean, I could probably just take my hands and crumble them a bit, but this just seems like a better way without getting your hands too greasy. You guys can see that, yep. Nice thing is this gravy, if I don't use it all, I can save it. Use it on bread, whatever. This is not quite crumbled. There's still some bigger pieces in there. Yeah, some of those pieces probably could have been browned a little bit better, but we are getting some nice bacon. Okay, good. Put that on a little bowl. Careful not to spill this delicious goodness. I apologize to anybody out there that is a vegan or vegetarian or anybody that doesn't like meat, but I'll admit I like meat. Okay. Let's check our milk, or our gravy, I should say. It is getting to the point of bubbling up. It's not scalding. It's good. I've got it on a really low setting. And let's clean this cutting board while I'm waiting. I find if I keep up on trying to keep things clean while I'm cooking, it's not so much of a mess later on when I may need something, and also after sheet. So. That just nice and clean. Ooh, and during a Stream Raiders battle, I said we're going to have another beer. So again, a lot of these recipes, especially the big meat pie recipes, which again, I wish I could have made one of those. There was like a beef and onion pie that was mentioned in there. I could have used pre-made dough like a puff pastry or a pie dough. But to authentically make it like in a cookbook, they actually have a dough recipe. And that takes time, obviously, because you got to let it rise. But most of those recipes do call for a dark beer. So we're drinking a dark Guinness. Now, of course, Game of Thrones, they drank a lot of wine too. But, oh yeah, this is good. Milk
Your
timer.
milk timer is done.
Ooh, our milk on ice. Okay. And again, a nice frothy head.
Your milk timer is done.
Computer. Thank you.
My pleasure. Just doing my job.
Computer,
Your milk.
you talk too much.
Tell me how I can.
Shut up. Computer, shut the bloody hell up. I swear, give her an inch, she takes it a mile. Hey, let's go check our gravy. Yep, as you can see, it's starting to bubble up here in the center. A slight coating on the bottom. So we kind of want to bring it so it's bubbling before we simmer. Which means these are going to be well cooled down. The biscuit, oh, you can't see them. The biscuits, for lack of a better word, are going to be well cooled off by the time this is done. Tell you what, we're going to try these broken off pieces of pathetic biscuits. This is one that's split into 3 pieces. And it just looks dry. Okay. It's actually not as bad as I thought. The outsiders are nice and crunchy. The inside is nice and soft, not as moist as probably it should be. And I probably needed to sift everything together more because I get a little bite of just flour. So again, the dough, need to work on that. We have our bacon here, num num. So let's see. Again, we are waiting for the milk heat until bubbling, then simmer for 5-10 minutes until it starts to thicken. Meanwhile, crumble the bacon and add it to the gravy along with generous amounts of salt and pepper. Allow the gravy to simmer until the desired consistency is achieved, and then serve it over the biscuits. Plain and simple. Let's turn it up just oh, don't know if you can see this, sorry. I almost think maybe I need to do like not switching back and forth between cameras, but maybe just have it set up so you can all 3 about the same size. Well, more so the kitchen counter and the stove than me. See, it's steaming. I don't know if you can see that. Let's give that maybe another minute. And after this, our next recipe will be white beans and bacon. So that's going to be probably considered our main course, even though it's more of a side dish. So it calls for things like, well, white beans. We're using Great Northern beans. And we are using the beans out of a can versus dried beans, which kind of need to be soaked a bit. Oh, and our milk is ready. We'll do that. White beans and bacon. So, yeah, we're probably going to have to use the other skillet because we're going to have to make more bacon. We'll use up the rest of that bacon. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the page. So yeah, cook the bacon. When it is done to taste, transfer to separate plates. Leaving the bacon grease in the pan, saute the onion and garlic in the bacon drippings until soft. Turn down the heat, add the bacon, beans, and spices to stir. Yep. Sweet. That will be good. So, let's check our gravy. Okay. It's not bubbling yet, but it's on the verge. Hey, Bowser. Want to say hi? Bowser. Get in your chair. Come here. Come and say hi. There he is. You can kind of see him. Right, buddy? Right. Say hi. Right over there. See? Right over there. Good boy. You want to sit there? See if you can intercept something. Okay. Let's go back to our gravy. Okay, it is starting to bubble. Just barely. So let's turn it down. Okay. Computer. Set simmer timer for 10 minutes. Okay, so back to the biscuits and bacon. Make sure I do this right. Okay. Heat the until. Meanwhile, crumble the bacon and add it to the gravy along with generous amounts of salt and pepper. So, we're going to take our bacon, sprinkle it in. All that deliciousness. Yeah, see, I feel like right there in the center, the milk is a little bit coating the bottom of the pan. But, okay, salt and pepper. So we're just using regular ground salt. And regular salt and regular ground pepper. So, and love pepper. Nice even coating across the top. Mix this all together and let it simmer. Biscuits, I think we can go ahead and put on a plate at this point. Yep, our pan is cooled off. So we got our biscuits here. So let's put those, actually, I know how to do this. We have basically a pasta type bowl, like this. This will be perfect to put these biscuits in. And again, I use the term biscuit loosely. These are pathetic little excuses for biscuits. I think I'll save my Bob Evans for breakfast tomorrow with gravy. Okay. And probably what I'll do is the rest of this dough we made I'll probably toss because it's just too dry. Aside. I need more counter space, I really do. There, it'll work up there. Okay. So yeah, the rest of this dough it's just too dry. I could try to moisten it up. I'm just not sure it's worth the effort. I may try after stream. Maybe put in a little more milk, remix it, see if I can come up with a better consistency on those biscuits. So yeah, we'll save this for now. Okay, our milk, hey bud. Our milk is still bubbling, as you can see. It's not bubbling per se, it should be just simmering at this point. I'll let it reduce by about half. Actually, let's cover it. Got some great Corningware lids that just happen to fit these skillets. Okay, so while we're waiting for the gravy, let's go back to our iced milk. Set these biscuit. God, I do need a bigger kitchen, more counter space. Get rid of some of the stuff. Okay. This was the first thing we made. This is basically milk and honey. We're going to put it over ice. This is supposedly a nice cool drink they would drink in King's Landing on a nice hot day. So, yep, starting to run out of space. Okay, good day, good sir, lurking while gaming. Not a problem, Kevin. I appreciate the lurk. Always appreciate a lurk. Don't have to say anything, don't have to do anything. In cooking streams, I tend to lurk a lot too, just to watch. Okay, so for the milk, this was one of the first recipes we're starting on, and it's called ice milk with honey. And this is a King's Landing recipe. Basically it says, would you care for refreshments? Some dates, perhaps? I have some very fine persimmons as well. Wine no longer agrees with my digestion, I fear, but I can offer you a cup of iced milk sweetened with honey. I find it most refreshing in this heat. So, basically, what we did was we took some milk, a cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of honey. We heated it over the stove. Then we stuck it in the fridge to chill for an hour. So now it's ready. So to serve, place either cubes or small chunks of ice. Crushed ice dissolves too quickly into a glass. Pour the sweetened milk over the ice. Sprinkle with spices if you desired and serve. And the spices it calls for are either saffron or cinnamon. And we do happen to have some Spanish saffron. So let's make our milk while we wait for that to simmer over here on the stove. Down just a little bit more. Can't turn it down much more, I won't have a flame. Okay. Good glass, good glass. We will use one of these hand-blown glasses. And for the ice cubes, do we have any of our special? We do not. I thought I had some cubed ice. Must have used it all. So, we'll just use normal ice maker ice. So just normal ice maker ice. So, we're going to pour the milk. Again, this is a mixture of milk and honey. And our saffron. And if you weren't here earlier, I was a little bit surprised by this. Normal size spice jar. A lot of times you get stuff filled up to the top or top-ish. Well, all this contained was this little slip-a thing. And the saffron's in here. It's just a pinch. So we do have our little pinch thing here. Is it clean? It is not. Wipe it clean. And we'll take a pinch of our saffron. I don't even know what it looks like. Oh! More of a thread. That's right. I've seen saffron before. Oop, here. A little bit out so I can show it. So this is a saffron. Notice it's more of a thread. Put that in the milk. I want to pinch. Save the rest of our saffron for something else, or maybe later. Day, we'll make more of this. I don't even know why I need this. I don't. Not for this. Okay, and let's mix it. So iced milk with honey and saffron. Nice, cool summer drink. Oh, that's sweet. That tastes good. It's nice and sweet due to the honey. Obviously milk. It's cool, the ice. And the saffron just tastes a little, A nice, refreshing, non-alcoholic drink. I suppose you could throw something in. You know, a shot of bourbon or rum or something. But that's good just as is. Let's put that over here. Okay, let's go back to our stove. Stir it up a bit so it doesn't heat too much. Oh, yeah, that's thickening nicely. And that was our simmer timer right there. Okay, it is thick-ish, but for a great computer, stop. But for a gravy, I like mine a little bit thicker. This is still too thick. So stir it up. Computer, set simmer timer for 5 minutes. Oh, I should have moved that condensation out. This is in the sink. Okay, so let's give that another 5 minutes. So let's see, what have I missed? I'm catching up on chat. So, Soto's. Hello, Chef Smoochie. Trust me, not a chef. I just, like everybody else, homemade cook. Learned most of what I know from my mothers and my grandmothers, and just from learning myself. And as you can see, our biscuits for the biscuits and bacon did not turn out too well. Our biscuits are a little bit too dry, but the gravy should help with that. So we'll see. And that's what we're making over here on the stove. It's basically bacon grease, milk, crumbled up bacon, and salt and pepper. Never seen saffron. Yes, I've seen saffron before, but it escaped me until just now. It's like threads. If you Google it, you can see it looks like threads of stuff. And that's why I expected fully that this would be like full, not a little package. So I guess saffron is maybe expensive. And this is a Spanish saffron. It says it's actually product of Spain, packed in the US. Okay, not sure how that works. Anyway, it adds a little bit of kick to the iced milk, which is good. It is good. This would be great for a nice hot summer day, kind of like today, especially if you do not have air conditioning. And with the honey, it's sweet and not syrupy, but it's not just milk. Not sure how well that mixes with the Guinness, but eh. Okay. So while the gravy, can we get started on the next thing? That's the white beans and bacon. Okay, pull that one up. So the white beans and bacon. Okay, this is more of a side dish, not a main dish. We're not really making main dishes today because there's just too much involved. So according to this is a King's Landing recipe. Then came lamprey pie, honeyed ham, buttered carrots, white beans and bacon, and roast swan stuffed with mushrooms and oysters. A clash of kings. Ooh, wow, that sounds delicious. So we are doing the medieval white beans and bacon. We are using canned beans versus dry beans, so much quicker. Pairs well with rack of lamb or black bread. I wish I could have made black bread. It also pairs well with dark beer, which we do have. So, roughly chopped Okay, what is this? It says roughly chopped lardons paired with buttery beans make for a lovely mouthful. The beans really soak up the flavor of the bacon. The onions offer a bit of caramelized sweetness at the end of every bite. Wrong page. Every bite. Oh, Lord. This is not in English, the next part. It says the form of curry 14th century. Benis fried tek benis and cpio. Oh, is this high English? This may be high English. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to take 4 slices of bacon, so we have that. A cup of the beans, small onion. We're using a yellow onion. Clove of garlic. We're going to use pre-minced garlic. And our spice that we made earlier. Where did it go? There it is. We made this spices from the cookbook. It's poudre douce. It's basically a sweet spice. It's got some different spices in there along with a lot of sugar. So we're going to cook the bacon in a large skillet. When it is done to your taste, transfer it to a separate plate, leaving the bacon grease in the pan. So we'll break out the other iron skillet. Saute the onion and garlic and the bacon drippings until soft. Turn down the heat to medium and add the bacon, beans, and spices. Does it say to... Here, are we supposed to chop up the bacon or crumble it? Oh, yes. Roughly chopped. Okay, so we'll roughly chop the bacon, just like we did for the last recipe. Okay, our simmer timer.
Is done.
Computer, stop the timer. So saute the onion and garlic and the bacon drippings till soft. Turn down the heat to medium and add the bacon, beans, and spices to the onion. Stir until all ingredients are hot. Serve immediately. So this is basically going to be our main course. So let's check our gravy for the biscuits and gravy. Oh, yeah. This is thickening up pretty nicely. I still want it a little bit thicker, though. It's thick in the center, over where most of the heat is, but out on the edges, it's still a little watery. Here. Set simmer timer for 5 minutes. Okay. Oh, and stream readers. So stream readers, where are we at on that? 22 seconds. Computer. This button. Computer. Stop the timer. Okay. So let's give 5 more minutes to our gravy here. Sometimes the onions can make me tear up, sometimes not. It depends on how juicy they are. The juicier, the more obviously fumes. And I know one time early on I mistakenly was cutting onions and I rubbed my eyes. Oh my god, bad idea. Bad idea. Okay, let's go to Stream Raiders. We have 60 allies on the field. Ooh, and we have a second giant that popped up. Bunch of little guys, but we should be good. Alright. Let's put down a battle buff. Here we go. Okay. Most kills are Taya. Most assists are Globot Grayson. And our reward winners are Summon, Yahanika, and Klumact. Hopefully I didn't butcher your names too much. Okay. Oh, and we got some level 29. Tier 29, I should say. Oh, and we got somebody to level up. A rogue. Okay, we're still wanting to place... Oh, don't forget to claim your free cupcakes, folks, if you haven't already. Let's see, we're saving up for... Well, 200 we can get the candy corn saint. 325 for those. Okay. Oh, that's right. I need to drop War Beasts or Flying Rogues. And we're on a mystery battle. Ooh, one away from our loyalty skin. Unknown, unknown. Could be a 1, could be a 4. Oh, 3 giants. This is not a 1. Alright, let's see. War Beast? Nope. Not a Flying Rogue either. Let's put up a pally. I guess. Let's go up here, but you can place them anywhere. We don't want to be too split out. Computer, set Stream Raiders timer for 29 minutes.
Stream Raiders timer, 29 minutes. Starting now.
Okay, let's go back to our gravy. There she is. Check out our gravy. Oh yeah, I think this is thick enough now. Burner, I'm going to set it over here. Let's go ahead and reset the camera view. Okay. Now, let's bring that over here. Hot plates for our skillet. We don't burn the counter. Okay. Let me get that. There's my mitt. There's my mitt. Hey, Aries. Whoa, England and are now European champions. It's only taken Germany 9 games to lose once. Nice. Congrats. Congrats to all the Brits. Okay. This is our gravy. These are our pathetic little biscuits. They are so pathetic. Okay. Computer. Stop. Okay. Versus just dumping this into the bowl, where we might get more of the loose stuff, I'm going to scoop it out. And pour it over. This is our bacon gravy. Hopefully that'll soften up those biscuits a bit. One more. Okay. We'll save the rest of this gravy. I can use it for something else. Alright. This back over on the stove to cool off. And biscuits and gravy. Sorry. Biscuits and bacon gravy. Is that what it's called? No, it just says biscuits and gravy. So again, this is a Cross the Narrow Sea recipe. Don't know if they would just have it for breakfast or not, or anything else. But, if anybody's ever had biscuits and gravy, oh god, yes. And of course, there's bacon in it, so soak up the gravy a bit. Let's try a taste. It looks good and it smells good. It definitely makes the biscuits better. You don't taste the dryness of the biscuits. And the gravy is just to die for. I did jokingly say I may use my leftover Bob Evans biscuits, which that's what a real biscuit should look like. But this is excellent. I would not turn this down. Save the Bob Evans breakfast or biscuits for later. This is good. This is good. Okay. Set that aside. Nibble on it. Let's see. Aries, or 9 finals, I should say. England's women's. You know my thoughts on biscuits and gravy. Yes, yes, yes. UK doesn't know what biscuits are. We call them cookies, but you call them biscuits. This is excellent. Okay, we're actually an hour and 45 minutes into the stream. And we still have some recipes to go. So let's do the white beans and bacon. So, I'll break out our other skillet over here. Let's just make sure I'm doing this in the right order. So cook the bacon. When it is done to your taste, transfer it to a separate plate, leaving the bacon grease, saute the onions and garlic. So, let's start the bacon cooking. Use our same plate with a new set of paper towels. Set this back there. Start this skillet going. Okay. Yeah, we're starting to accrue a mess. What did I do with bacon? Okay. Now this said only use 4 slices of bacon. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 or 9 in here. So, yeah, I may just leave some of the bacon left over and just use it for someone else. We can have to heat up. And, oh, god damn, these biscuits are gravy. It could be spicier. You could also throw some sausage into this, maybe even more bacon. But it actually turned out quite well. I can even reheat this, but I don't eat. Put it over there, you're going to try to eat it, so no. Bowser's sitting on the chair just staring at me. Alright. And whining now. Am I on the wrong camera? Oh, I'm not zoomed. Have to zoom to tilt and pan. Okay. There. Okay. Waiting for that skillet to warm up. And we will start putting in our bacon. And we will need to start working on our onion, right? And drain our beans. Space here. Right. Great. A little bit more. And we have our onion to chop. there's cutting knife. Too many knives in too many places. A coating on the onion from that skin. So get that off there. Run it under like warm water. That little coating underneath the skin that feels kind of slimy will come right off. There we go. Right. Let's go back and start our bacon. Coming up. Come on. There it is. Okay. Tell you what, it says 4 slices. We'll put in, what, 6? That leaves me like 3 or so for like a breakfast or something. Did it. Put this back in the fridge. Close eye on that. While that is cooking, got a little bit in there. Yeah, there she is. A bit of a root in there. Okay. A little. That. Okay. And the onion should be minced. Got out my big Bertha cutting board. This may be too much for this one to handle. Oh, there's a bit of the root we don't want. The whole piece. Okay. Some bigger pieces in there that are not getting caught. This should have been done on the bigger cutting board. And no, I'm not crying, but my eyes can feel the onion fumes. I have to not hover right over it. I know, I'm not an expert at this. There's probably easier ways to mince this. Hell, they've got little devices now you can put onions and stuff in to just chop them up nice and neat. But there's something about just doing this. So satisfying. We're getting there. Looking good. My old grandmother's knives. Thing is the sharpest thing in this kitchen. Actually, I'm not sure how much she used it. Okay. I need a bowl. Ooh, we have some spillage here. Cutting board. Okay. All right, check our bacon. Definitely browning more towards the center. A couple more minutes. Back here, let's clean up our leftover onions. What spilled off. And wipe off our cutting board that we have washed down so it can dry. And there we go. Washed off the onions and the juice. Now we'll just let it sit up and dry a little bit. Okay. Now we also need our beans, which means we're going to need to strain those. That's chickpeas. Okay, we have our great northern beans. Let's see, what do I miss? We do know what biscuits are. We just have a difference in what biscuits are. You're cool, don't know what a biscuit is. That's what we say about the English, too. I think I grossed somebody else once when I was talking about biscuits and gravy for breakfast. They were like, ooh, really? Gravy on your biscuits? And of course, she was talking about cookies. Okay, I need... I'm gonna have to drain these. Make sure they weren't drained. Yeah, well, yeah, because you don't want the juice from this. Unlike some beans, they say you should keep some of the juice, but like the Great Northern, I found, yeah, you don't. Rinse the beans dry, or not rinse them dry, but rinse them with cold water. Okay. You know I'm all in taunting you, Aries. Okay. Beans. Bowl here. There we go. They're great northern beans. So, and our onions. So let's see, cook the bacon when it's done. Okay, leave the grease in, saute the onions and the garlic. That's right, you need the garlic. And we are using the garlic. Oh, I think we used the last of what was in the fridge. Pull out a new one. Wait, no, wait, we got a big one. A big thing of garlic. Here it is. We have minced garlic. So how much of the minced garlic? We need 1 clove. Computer, how many teaspoons is 1 clove of garlic?
Here's something I found on the web. According to reference.com,
Half a
1 clove of
teaspoon?
garlic yields about half a teaspoon of minced garlic.
That doesn't sound right. Alright, I like garlic, so we're going to do 1 teaspoon. Be right back. Need me a drink to celebrate. No problem. Laugh out loud. No, always forget things. Even Lakers and Ohio State games. Memory is not my strength. Yeah, I know that feeling. Trust me, I know that. Okay. We'll do a teaspoon of the garlic. We'll get that ready. Actually, a heaping teaspoon, because I do love me garlic. So it should be about the equivalent of 1 garlic clove. I just find the minced garlic is so much easier than mincing a garlic clove. Okay, our bacon is nearing being done. Fairly easy with these little folks. Okay. Good. Computer. Bacon timer for 2 minutes. We'll come back to that in 2 minutes. So then, let's see. We're going to mix this all together. Let's see. Saute the onion, garlic. Turn down the heat to medium and add the beans, bacon, and the spices. So, while that is cooking, I'm going to take that gravy and store it away. Yeah, there we go. Over here. Still have our biscuits and gravy, though it's a little chill now, or cool. But so good. Yeah, this gravy will be good, even if it's just on toast or something. Don't waste it. Nice. Have to clean our skillet later when we have some room. Actually, I think we can clean it now. While we're waiting on our bacon. Computer, stop. Cook our bacon. Oh yeah, our bacon is browning nicely. That. Now. Okay. Now, really quick, let me scrub out this skillet. Get it out of the way. And for the iron skillets, all I'm really doing is just running it under hot tap water and using one of these plastic like brushes. Not use metal. Never use metal. And basically, let your pan cool before you do it. You don't want to pour water on a hot pan. And then you just take a paper towel and wash it dry. Simple as that. And then what you do is take a little dollop of olive oil, put it in the pan, wipe it with a paper towel. Your skillet is ready for its next use. Voila. I'll get to the olive oil on it in a little bit. So, go back over here. Oh, that's right. Our gravy we just poured in. Seal that up. Put it in the fridge. And if I either make more biscuits or if I need more for something else, like bread or something, there we go. And I did make a mess here on the counter. Okay. And our milk, it's turning kind of yellowish. I wonder if that's the saffron. Oh, but that is like sweet. Oh, that tastes so good. And then so does the Guinness. Okay, so we want to saute the onion and the garlic until soft. Turn down the heat to medium and allow the bacon, beans, and spices. Okay. Actually, I only have medium. Crank it up just a touch. I should have a mic over here so you can hear it. Speaking of which, let me turn that music down. That seems awfully loud. Where's my volume? Yeah, if there was a mic over by the oven, you could hear that sizzling. Oh, where's our garlic? Here's our garlic. So we're cooking this in our leftover bacon grease. We didn't take any of the bacon grease out. So it's got a nice bacony flavor. While we cook our onions, fragrance from the garlic. Yeah, it smells wonderful. Alright. Definitely running out of space for things. Oh, just tripped on something. Okay. We're going to want to turn that down, put in our, let's see, add the bacon, beans, and spices. Stir until our ingredients are hot, serve immediately. So, set a plate aside for it, or a bowl. And, yep, these are pretty much cooked close to it. So beans. Oh, we were supposed to cut up the bacon, damn it. I forgot we needed to cut up the bacon. Cut it up real quick. Good God, I am running out of space. Okay, the knife that is clean. Computer, stop. You can see this. Just cutting up our bacon. Yeah, this is definitely crispier than the last batch. We'll cook a little bit longer. lots in there. Okay, need to hurry. Get stream readers going while I finish chopping this, because we got our stuff over there cooking. All right. Wait for stream readers to come up. And here it is. Okay. We're going to put down a defensive spell since we got 3 giants on the board. Nice. So most kills is K-Shine, and most assists is the real Slim Maggie. And our 2 lucky reward winners are Paz and Ada Cat. Congratulations, everybody. Now we are on to our loyalty skin battle. So let's see if we get any skins. All right. Nope, can't place him yet. Oh, my flying rogue. Well, hang on. Where is anything? All right, let's go to the top, I guess. But, like I said, you guys can place anywhere you want. Computer, set Stream Raiders timer for 29 minutes.
Stream radio timer, 29 minutes. Starting now.
One of these days she'll get Raiders right. Okay. Let's go back to our meal. Oh, and that is the wrong one. So, we have our beans baking, along with the onion and the garlic. And we have our bacon. All sliced up. There's some bigger pieces, but it'll work. Just a little. Here's a couple slices in there. And let's put a lid on it. Got another lid. Ooh, don't break the camera. I need a longer extension for that camera, so I'm not ducking underneath it. Okay, actually, I should have zoomed in on that pan, shouldn't I? Hello? Was it not zooming? There it is. Okay. So we'll let that heat up till it's warm. Here. Set the stove timer for 4 minutes.
Second timer, 4 minutes. Starting now. Do you want to name this timer?
Nope. Considering I told you to name it stove, you stupid moron. Yes.
What do you want to call it?
Stove.
Okay, I'll call it a stove timer.
Good
4
God.
minutes. Starting now.
I just want to smack her sometimes. So this is basically more of a side dish versus a main course, but it's our equivalent of a main course for today. I just had another one of those clean pasta dishes that I put the biscuits and gravy in. So I'm still eating because it's so good. Alright, we'll just use this plate for this. So after this, see, we were going to make a chickpea paste and then lemon cakes. I think we can still do it. We're probably going to go over our normal 3 hours for a cooking stream, but that's okay. Okay, so for our next dish, the chickpea paste. Find the recipe. Here it is. So, chickpea paste, basically referred to as hummus. Commonly known as hummus, this dish is a staple in the Arabic world and has been since ancient times. Equally good as a side with larger meals, this puree is perfect for a light lunch scooped up with bits of flatbread. I did not make flatbread because I didn't have time. So we're using some toast, or some bread, toasted into almost a crouton form to use as what to dip with. It's so simple to make at home that it could quickly become a favorite snack. And I've made hummus before, but not this specific recipe. So we're going to want garlic, garbanzo beans, some lemon juice, tahini, salt, olive oil, and it says Aleppo pepper, which I do not have, or paprika, which I do have. And we're going to do it in a food processor. Not exactly what they would do in Game of Thrones, but I have a tiny little food processor here, which is what I use to make my hummus in. So, it's a cutesy little thing. It's enough for the small jobs. Okay, so we are going to want to drain our chickpeas. Oh, with half the liquid reserve, though, it says. Okay. Glad I read that. So a pan I can drain this into. I'm just going to put the colander that we did for the northern beans on top of this pan, but I'm going to do it over the sink so I don't mess up the counter. That'll save most of the juice, actually all the juice. That drain over a bowl. And the juice we have here, got a little bit on my hand. We have our reserve juice. It says only half. We reserve the whole can, so we can use whatever we want. So, set that back here. And basically, let's see. Oh, I think our meal is ready. Computer. Stop. And I think we still need this butter. So I'm going to leave that out still. Let's check our meal over here. Where's my mitt? Where's my mitt? There's my mitt. Oh, yeah. Okay. Stuff aside. Get out our hot plates. As you can see, there is our. Oh, no, you cannot see. There it is. So, get out a bowl to put it in, and we can eat this right away. All this is basically white beans, or great northern beans in this case, bacon, onions, garlic, and it's all mixed together in the grease from where we made the bacon. Nice little warm me up dish. Maybe not perfect for the summer, but it'd be great for the winter or the fall. Okay. Where's my mitt? So I can put the skillet back over to cool down. There it is. Okay. So we got this nice little dish. White beans and bacon. And I'm definitely running out of space. I actually closed the drawer that I put the bacon draining plate on. Here we go. I love onions, I love beans, I love bacon, I love garlic. This is a perfect dish. This is excellent. Glad I didn't eat a heavy breakfast. This is going down well. Ooh, hot. Wow, that is very warm. I'm sweating. That was the last of, I think, our third dark beer. So, oh, my nose is running. That is so warm. Hopefully everybody out there is enjoying this. I sure as hell am. So, by the way, these were the basically replacement for the flatbread. It's just some bread sliced up into pieces and made into like crouton consistency. Basically, it's coated with olive oil, salt and pepper, and browned in a skillet. I did this ahead of stream to make it ready for the chickpea paste. So let's set this over here. God, if I can find a plate. Need to make sure Bowser can't get to it. Bowser, there. Go over there. Okay. Good. Stay in your chair. Good boy. Oh, this is so good. I bit my lip. I hate it when that happens. Okay. So let's go on to the chickpea paste. After that will be our last dish, which is lemon cakes. So, for the chickpea, 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. So we know that's about a teaspoon. My garlic stuff. Oh, right here. 1 teaspoon. There it is. So 1 or 2 cloves of garlic. The can of garbanzo beans. Nope. I know where you're going. You're not touching it. Fine. We'll set it over here. We'll open this up. Let's set it right there. You can't get to that. As much as you try. Okay. Lemon juice. We're just going to use bottled lemon juice. Nothing fancy. Versus trying to juice a real lemon and waste most of it. Tahini. We have a fresh container of tahini, unopened, because the last one we had was still in the fridge from prior to the pandemic. It's probably still good, but I figured why take the risk. Olive oil. We got olive oil, and we have paprika. Did I bring the paprika over? I did not. Where's my paprika? Smoked paprika. So, let's make some room here with all these dishes that I've got everywhere from all of our previous meals. Let's make some room to get our garlic first before we forget. And we're going to go a little overboard. That's because I love garlic. So 2 heaping teaspoons. This is just a normal garlic, not roasted or anything. But we do have some of that. Oh shit, wrong screen. Sorry. Buttons are too close together. And I'm reaching behind stuff to get to them. So we have our garlic. Now, normally we're just going to mix this all together, but I want to follow the recipe the way they have it designed. So in a food processor, chop the garlic. Okay, the garlic's already minced, so that's fine. Guess we could have used real garlic cloves, but no need. Okay, then add the garbanzo beans, reserving about 1 tablespoon of whole beans for garnish. Okay, so let's wipe out our garlic bowl. Use this to reserve our beans. So, what did it say? Reserving about 1 tablespoon. Okay. So 1 tablespoon of the beans for garnish. And by the way, we're going to polish off the rest of this iced milk. It's turning a nice yellow color. It could be the honey, but maybe the tahini. I'm not sure. Sorry, not tahini, saffron. Oh, that is so sweet. That is excellent. Alright. So then add the garbanzo beans. Okay, so let's ground up some of these beans first. Before we go any further. Not all of them at once. I'm not sure this thing can handle that much at once. About a half, maybe. Sitting on it. Oh. Whoa! Stop that. Cord is still wrapped around the base. Ah, screw it. Oh, come on. Not sitting uneven. There we go. There, that's better. Okay. Chopping up those beans good. Got some more in. Oh, and I can smell the garlic. Okay, didn't get everything. So be safe, we've unplugged it. We're going to kind of dig some of that out of there along the edges. There's still some whole beans. I've got a bigger mixer, but it's just not worth it. Probably need to get some more liquid in there. Okay, so add the lemon juice, which is a 1/4 cup. Wow. A lot more than I thought. Okay, 1/4 cup. Okay, about a 1/4 cup of the lemon juice. That'll help with the mixing quite a bit. Then the tahini. Now, tahini is a little thick. Also liquidy. So let's shake it up first, actually. It's got it's almost like a paste, but there's some liquid on top, too. So you got to kind of mix it. Top off. where sometimes the tops are so easy to get off, sometimes you gotta fight. Not just tahini, I mean anything. Okay. I guess I can leave that plastic there for now. Okay. So the tahini, it says 2 tablespoons. So we got our tablespoon again, wash it off. And there, yeah, down below it's sort of solid in a paste. I should stir it up with a knife first. Loosen it up a bit. Tougher. Okay. Something on. Looked like something was cooking. Alright, there's a tahini. I don't know if you can see it. But yeah, you don't just want the liquid, you want some of that paste. The liquid is just what's on top of it. See if we can get 2 tablespoons out of here. That's pretty much it. And a little extra. Get just a little bit more. That should be good. Come on, drop, 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 drop. Okay. Put this in the fridge now that we've opened it. It's been a few months since I've made some hummus. I love hummus, especially with like a flatbread. I think we made some, come to think of it, one of our previous cooking streams where we were making flatbread in a wok. Turned out pretty good. Okay. So add the lemon juice, tahini, and salt. Where's my salt? Oh, put our lemon juice back into the fridge. Wait, there's supposed to be some. Hang on. I think I may be missing something in the recipe. 1 second. I'll read through it again. Add the lemon juice, tahini, and salt. Blend until creamy and well mixed. Add reserved bean juice as needed. Oh, that's right. Make a decorative imprint in the top, drizzle with olive oil, and sprinkle with the Aleppo powder, or in this case we're using paprika. Okay. Bigger mixer would definitely help, but it's starting to turn creamy. Oh yeah, look, nice and creamy. We add a little bit of that reserved bean juice, so it'll be creamier. Just a smidge. Put her back in. it's starting to look really creamy now. I don't think we need any more of that juice. One more blend. Okay, that's looking good. Now, just to make sure, okay, add to a medium serving bowl. Actually, we just happen to have a bowl unused right here. Okay, take that off. We got our mixer. Oh, pouring it down the hole. That's not where we're supposed to go. Okay. Actually, let me get a little spatula. Let's get the rest of that out of there so we don't waste any of it. There. Oh, look at that. There's a couple of chunks of chickpea in there. Got this, but still. Okay. Rinsing out the mixer so it doesn't get too set. And we have some of our leftover onions from earlier that needed to be ground up. Okay, so we have this. Looks good. Now to garnish it, basically make a decorative imprint in the top. A decorative imprint. Fine. I have no idea what a decorative imprint would look like. A star, whatever. I'll just put a little pit. Okay. Drizzle with olive oil and sprinkle with the garnish. So for the garnish, we are using the, what is it? How was it? Oh, the paprika. Paprika, sorry. So, a little bit of olive oil. Unfortunately, I don't have olive oil in a little drizzle container like this yet because my cork's all rotted away. So I don't want to put it in here because it'll go bad. So we're just going to have to drizzle it out of this big ass container, which you really can't drizzle well. But olive oil is a must. Ooh, okay, a little bit too much olive oil. And then we're going to sprinkle it with our paprika. This is the same paprika I use on top of my deviled eggs. Very good. Okay. That is our chickpea paste. Not taste, paste. Get the mixer out of the way. And again, we did not have flatbread, so we're using this bread that I baked into kind of like a crouton consistency. So we will use this to dip with. Whoop. Perfect. And you can mix all kinds of stuff into hummus like this. So this was a Dorne recipe, which makes kind of sense because Dorne in Game of Thrones was one of the southern provinces. It was more like a Spanish type influence, if I recall. I don't want to say Arabic so much, but more of a Spanish. But kind of along those lines. So hummus fits in, I think. Or chickpea taste, as you want to say it. By the way, I still got this beans and onion stuff over here, too. Whoop. Dropped a bean.
Your stream radio timer is done.
Computer. Stop. So this hummus will last, a day or two in the fridge. Along with this crouton bread, it's a great little snack. Okay, good. All right, stream raiders. And we have 51 allies on the field. Most of them are up here, so battle buff. Let's see if we get some skins. Okay, most kills, Mnat Sua. Most assists is Globot Grayson. And our 3 lucky reward earners are, I won a Shuro Centurion. I think it's a skin. Nice. Ranger, Drayden, and Paz, congratulations to you 3. Okay, did I win a skin? Where's the Centurion? Centurion. Okay, maybe not. Okay. Maybe it's just a scroll. Okay, so let's see. We only have 1 dish left to go. Let's see how long that takes. This could be our last battle. Lemon cakes. Yep. This is probably going to be our last battle. And we will be making lemon cakes while we prep for this battle. Actually, did I need to place another flying rogue or not? No, just a war beast. Okay. And the war beast is, still on time there. Alright, we'll do a berserker. And place him if you got him. This will be our last battle for today. We'll finish up the map tomorrow in Bowser Stream. And one of the things I forgot was, on this hummus, as part of the decoration, I was supposed to take these reserved chickpeas. And I didn't, so put those on top. I could have placed them better, but yeah. So, there we go. A little chickpea on top there. Seriously, if you have not tried hummus, try it. It is if made properly, a very considered a vegetarian dish. Ooh, and somebody snuck through. I don't think so. Have to check my filters. Usually those guys get caught. All right, so what we have left is our lemon cakes. These are also from King's Landing. A lot of the recipes we ended up doing today were King's Landing recipes. But they were sort of the cultural center of that world, I guess. So it kind of makes sense. So, fallings. Okay, so lemon cakes. Later came sweetbreads and pigeon pie and baked apples, fragrant with cinnamon, and lemon cakes frosted in sugar. But by then, Sansa was so stuffed that she could not manage more than 2 little lemon cakes, as much as she loved them. Elizabethan lemon cakes. Falling somewhere between cakes and cookies, these chewy lemon delights are both addictive and easy to make. They have an elegant simplicity and a delicate sweetness that renders them the ideal companions for afternoon tea, whether in London or King's Landing. Okay, so we want flour, sugar, butter, zest from 2 lemons, eggs, we have our eggs out, confectionery sugar, and milk. So, let's preheat our oven to 350. And can we reuse our baking sheets? Yeah, we made the biscuits in these, but we can reuse this versus getting another baking sheet. I got bacon on the brain. Okay. We're going to need another bowl. I'm starting to run out of bowls. Here's a big one. Oh. That almost sounded like it broke. It didn't. Okay, got a bowl. So, by the way, our iced milk is almost done. I can see the benefit of putting bigger ice cubes in here. These are almost melted. So it dilutes the taste just about a touch. I'm still eating stuff. We got these beans and onions. All right. So in a large bowl, combine the flour and the granulated sugar, cut in the butter. We need 6 tablespoons of butter. We've got it here. It's all softened. Got 2 there. Got 4 there. Very soft. So, first off, let's do our flour. We need 2.5 cups. So we left our bowl with the sifter out. So again, if you remember, we are doing, oh damn, wrong button again. Okay, we're sifting our flour to loosen it up a bit. These are 1/4 cup measurements I'm doing. I'm going to do 1 cup first. 1 cup. Let's get rid of these croutons, get them out of the way. Good place for them. Again, where the dog can't get to them. Okay, 1 for a 2nd cup. hello. Aw, Miss Latitude, thank you for the biddies. Shit, I forgot. I lost count. I think that was 3. All right, if these turn out over heavy on the flour, it's Miss Latitude's fault. Oh, I don't get much. Okay. Now it did say 2.5. Right? 2.5 cups. Plus more is needed. I guess we can do. Let's just do 1/4. Because I'm a little shy due to those biscuits. I think there may have been just a little over heavy. So our flour, get that out of the way. Okay. Put this in our bigger bowl. Nice and well sifted. This out of the way. Okay. Oh God. 2 cups of granulated sugar. 2 cups. That's a lot of frickin' sugar. It'd be easier just to pour this. Good God, that's almost all my sugar. Okay, we're going to have to sift this because there's a couple of chunks of sugar in there. Computer, add granulated sugar to my shopping list.
Granulated sugar added.
Let's just mix this up well. Pound out those little boulders of sugar. You guys can see this? Okay. Whew. Now cut in the butter. Oh God. Add the zest and the whole egg and the yolks. So let's get that ready. So for the egg yolks, we need 2 egg yolks. See if this thing works right. If I work it right. Look at that, look at that, look at that. That looks nice. Let's find a place to put our egg yolks. A little bowl here. Make sure it's clean. Oh, that's the oven. Okay. So 1 little egg yolk. If we can get that white off the bottom. Breaking the yolk. You guys can't see this, but it's a big old thing of egg white hanging off the bottom. Most of it. 1 little chunk left. There we go. And our yolk. Nice. Nice and clean. Nice and clean. Let's do the second one. Have a camera at counter level so you can kind of see underneath like what I'm seeing right now. No, no, no! Oh shit! It fell through. Alright. Maybe I can dig it out. Actually, I'm going to do it right here. I'm just going to drain it because I don't need the whites, right? Cut in the butter, add the zest. Whole egg and the yolks, mix thoroughly, add more flour, okay. Roll the dough into balls. Bake. Allow the cakes to cool. Mix. Yeah, I don't need these whites, so. So I poured it out, and again, it's coming out. All right, this is not going to work. I'm going to have to spoon that egg yolk out of there. Yeah, it's already broken up quite a bit. Screw it. I'm just going to do another egg. I hate to waste an egg like that, but let's try this again. So this was supposed to be the whole egg. Actually, let's do a colder egg to get the yolk. That might help. Those eggs have actually been out for about an hour or so. Okay. Maybe the fact that this egg is colder, the yolk will separate better from the white. There, that worked. Okay. Cool. Okay, so to mix this in, cut in the butter, then the rest, and the whole egg. Okay, so we can put this other egg in here with the yolks. Yep, I was trying to keep the kitchen clean, and it's already turning into a disaster area. Messy. Okay. We have 6 tablespoons of butter that we're going to cut into our dough. Oh, no. Check. It's really soft because it's been out a while, but we still want to cut it up into thin slices so it mixes in better. It'll let me. It's fighting me. This is just the 2 tablespoons out of the 6. Let's get this mixed in a little bit. Actually, this is soft enough. Maybe I don't need to cut it up. Yeah, better. But let's do maybe 2/3. Well, 1/3, I should say. And this is our last dish. Hopefully. Let's see, it's 4. Usually we try to end cooking streams after 3 hours, but I have a few more recipes this time around. I think I'm going to have to use not this. Use a flat one. This is not working well. Where's the one I was looking for? It's dirty because I used it. Oh. God, I think I needed a bigger bowl. I did have one slightly bigger. We should have used it. Okay, that butter is nice and soft. I think I read once, sometimes you don't necessarily want soft butter, but it helps. Versus like thick, rock hard butter. Okay. So the butter's in there. Maybe not fully folded in. Flour over everything. Okay. At this point, cut in the butter, then add the zest, the whole egg, and the yolks. Mix thoroughly, adding more flour as needed until the dough is no longer sticky. I'm not sure that's going to be enough. Our zest. How much zest do we need? We needed... Computer. How many teaspoons of lemon zest is equal to 1 lemon?
Here's something I found on the web. According to
3 to 4 tablespoons of juice.
A large lemon will yield about 3 to 4 tablespoons.
2 to 3 tablespoons or teaspoons.
2 teaspoons of zest.
Okay, 2 to 3 teaspoons. I have a full teaspoon. I do not. I have half teaspoons. So 2 to 3, so 4 to 6 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do 5. So this is lemon peel, which will work instead of the zest. Eggs. I feel I'm going to need more. Fine. I have to get my hands dirty here. I'm definitely not going to need more flour. God, I hope I didn't put too much flour. A certain person did a biddy and made me lose count. There's nothing else I'm supposed to put in here. Oh, milk. Great. Find the flour and granulated sugar. Cut in the butter, then add the zest and the whole egg and yolks. Mix thoroughly, adding more flour until the dough is no longer sticky and can easily be shaped by hand. Roll the dough into balls about 1 inch across. Place them on the prepared baking sheet at least 2 inches apart, giving them room to spread. Bake for 15 minutes till the tops are just slightly golden. Allow the cakes to cool for a minute before moving them to the cooling rack. Oh, mix the confectionery sugar and the milk. So that's where the milk comes in. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to have to start doing this by hand. Need another thing or a spoon. On my hands. Okay. It still seems more dry than soft. Feels like it should have to be more, well, it says. So it's no longer sticky. Well, it's not that sticky now. Roll it into balls. Yeah, okay. I can see it's compacting. Okay, so. Okay. Prepared baking sheet is okay. So let's put some. Let's get our baking sheet ready. Parchment paper. Put that on the baking sheet. We'll roll our balls onto the baking sheet. we've already got a mess here on the counter. One-inch boulders. That beep scared the living crap out of me. Ooh, I need to, yeah. Thing is, it doesn't always work well. I found that out. It seems like if the egg is colder, it has less chance to separate out. But as you saw, you know, even then it was still spreading a bit. So I need to just work on my technique. So let's see, wait. Roll the dough to about 1 inch across and place. Okay, so that's what we're doing. This still feels a little crumbly, but it is retaining a bowl shape. Well, in some cases. Feels like there should have been maybe more moisture in this to make it more sticky. We'll see how well these turn out. This almost feels like a cake batter, that consistency. So it's a little powdery. Welcome back, Dawn. Man, it's probably getting late for you, isn't it? Maybe 9 or so? 10? Okay. I'll be interested to see how these turn out. It says it makes 36. Yeah, we're not going to make that many. Make as many as this baking sheet can hold, and then I can save this batter and try some more later in the week. Probably should have halved this. You know, halved all the recipes. Yeah, see, it's falling apart. It's not moist enough. Start with a bigger ball. Bring it down a little bit. $10 a.m. Oh, you're on vacation. That's right. I did hear about that, didn't I? Sweet. So you can stay up as late as you want. Okay. By the way, what have we got on Stream Raiders? Looks like 5.5 minutes. Damn, we maybe should have been able to do another Stream Raiders battle. The rate I'm going here. I thought a little lemon juice in this would have been nice too. But I guess the lemon zest is all you need. Or a little lemon extract. I may do that. Maybe I can change the consistency of this by adding just, I don't know, a tablespoon of lemon juice or something. See, it's breaking apart on me. It's too dry, not moist enough. It's hard for it to keep its shape. Actually, it's keeping it better than I thought. Let's do one more. And I believe we stick it in the oven, and while we're doing that, we will make the stuff that goes on top. Okay. So we got 3, so we got 12 out of this. I could see maybe 36 out of what's left in the bowl. Okay. Set this aside. And just to make sure, okay, roll 1 inch square, place on a prepared at least 2 inches apart. Yeah, well, okay, fine. Bake for 15 minutes until the tops are just slightly golden. Allow the cakes to cool. So, They're rolling. They're rolling. Computer, set oven timer for 15 minutes.
Oven timer.
Okay. What we got left? Okay, so mix the confectionery sugar and milk to a smooth consistency. Once the cakes have cooled, use a spoon to drizzle the icing. So actually, we should probably make that once they come out of the oven. So let's get prepared. We need a half a cup of confectionery sugar. There we go. I just had it this morning. Oh, I already have it out. I'm an idiot. I pulled this out this morning thinking it was granulated sugar, and it's not. It's confectionery sugar. This stuff just goes everywhere. Okay, so I need half a cup. That's half a cup. There we go. Get out of the way. And milk. We want 1.5 teaspoons of milk. I was thinking cup, but okay, teaspoon. I guess, yeah, we're making it nice. So we won't do the milk until the stuff comes out of the oven. So I'm going to nibble more on my food. This is the beans. Could stand to be reheated, but it's still good. And the hummus. Would have gone better with some flatbread, but this crouton style bread actually good for dipping. Loving this stuff. Almost knocked a candle off the counter over there. Just tossing a rag down the stairs. Okay. Oh, I got a shit ton of dishes here. Oh well. Okay. So we've got what? Oh, we've got less than 16 seconds on streamers. That is good. That iced milk. Okay. And let's go to Stream Raiders. Ooh, we got a shit ton of people out there, don't we? Alright, I'm going to put a buff down. Or a defensive buff. So 87 to 123. We should be able to do this. Looks like we're pulling it off. Okay. Most kills are Shikagan. And most assists are Natsua. And our lucky winners are Paz, Drayden, Ranger, and Apfefme. Congratulations. All right, we still got, we got 10 minutes left on the lemon cakes. So let's do one more battle. So that wasn't our last battle. Oh shit. No, we're going to stop here. Because otherwise we'd start on a boss battle tomorrow morning. So that will be our last battle for today, folks. And we will resume tomorrow with more Stream Raiders. And I already did my lemon cakes batter to store it away. Stow that. And I'll experiment with that in a couple of days. Tempted to have one more beer. Don't know if I want a Guinness though. I think it's just a normal beer. Those Guinness are a little heavy. And I gotta put up this hummus. I just put cellophane wrap on it. And the beans. Biscuits and gravy. We eat that for breakfast tomorrow morning. Alright, I'm going to go outside and grab a beer. Be right back. We're waiting for those lemon cakes to come out of the oven. Sure I don't have the alarm on. I do not. We're going to have a Sapporo, one of the lighter beers. The Foster is a little bit too heavy. And actually, we're going to put it in a chilled glass versus this. Now I'm going to cut out the Guinness. I've already had, I think, 3 of those. I only got 3 left. I don't have a 6-pack. I'll save those for a later date. I got plenty of the Sapporo and Fosters. And welcome back, Aries. You celebrating your win still? For what it's worth, I'm using a Guinness glass that's been chilled in the freezer, and it's dribbling. Hate spilled beer. Gonna have to cry over it. And paper towels. I'm out of paper towels. There. Bowser's sitting over by the door, meaning he wants to go out. Doesn't mean he needs to go out. It just means he wants to go out. He'd probably live outside if I let him. Until, of course, it starts raining. It gets cold. Then he'd want back in an instant. Okay. Nice, cold Sapporo beer. Okay, let's start wrapping some of this up. We still got 6 minutes and change on the lemon cakes. Put our hummus in the fridge. It'll make a nice snack over the next couple days. Saran wrap never tears easily, especially along the little jagged line. Never does. Don't know why. Okay. We'll put our croutons in the baggie. They can just stay out. They don't need to be refrigerated. I think it would have been better with flatbread, but this worked out nicely. There's just 2 slices of bread that I cut up, oiled, and baked. Well, in a skillet. So let's see. Aries ran out naked in the streets after the win. Well, I would say I'd pay to see that, but no, I'd pay to see that. Just so we could taunt him about it after the fact. Okay, we have our hummus, red chips. That's right, we still got some bacon left to cook in there. All right, we got our beans. I'm gonna go ahead and saran wrap that too. I don't know why this doesn't tear right. There, it tore right. Okay. So this is actually a nice little set. I may have this for lunch tomorrow. This will be good. If I can find room in the fridge, I have to put some food in the beer fridge. Okay. And we have our biscuits and gravy, which we'll reheat for our breakfast tomorrow. That is good. Like I said, the biscuits didn't turn out great, but the gravy more than makes up for it. Come on, why are you not tearing along the little jagged edge? Jeez. Saran wrap used to work better, I think. Why can I not hear anything? Did my headphones die? All of a sudden I couldn't hear music. That was weird. It's like the headphones cut out. Hopefully you guys are hearing things properly. Wait, you wouldn't see much because of how quick I can move, especially when knackered. Tell you what, I'll take your word on that, Aries. Okay. Damn. Fridge is getting full. Okay, so we've got we don't need this juice left from the garbanzo beans. Have to start a dishwasher load as soon as you guys are gone. Okay, mortar and pestle is now dry. We'll put it back. Okay, dirty, dirty, dirty. That we can reuse. So dirty, dirty. Oh, the egg yolk thingy. Yeah, we'll clean that up later. We'll start putting stuff up while we wait on our lemon cakes. I swear my spice rack is so overfull. I'm gonna have to find more use for this spice we made. Not to mention this galanga spice I made, or bought, just for this spice. Baking powder. Looks like we got about a minute left on those cakes. Hopefully they turn out well. Paradise, ginger, nutmeg, Spanish saffron, sort of a disappointment from what I got, and my cinnamon. Alright. Cool, we're almost cleaned up. Well, looks like you can see my counter now. Okay, this for the icing. Speaking of which, we're going to have to make that icing in just a little bowl. Bake for 15 minutes. Okay, mix once the cakes have cooled, use a spoon to drizzle. So yeah, let's just put this in a little bowl. Spoon to drizzle with. Computer. Stop. Okay, that should be the cakes. Let's see how they look. My mitt. There's my mitt. Whoa, 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 whoa. They slid. They're not exactly golden brown on top. They didn't really spread any either. Tell you what, let's put them in for another minute or two. Computer, set oven timer for 1 minute. Oh, and I forgot. Oh, I forgot that camera was still on a big zoom there. You didn't even see anything I just showed you. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's take the zoom away. Okay. That's what I meant to show you, so you could see them over there. So anyway, yeah, we still have this from the biscuits and gravy. This disappointment biscuit mix. But I am going to save that. I'm going to try maybe moistening it up a bit. See if I can make some better biscuits out of it. And I hate to waste it. The biscuits weren't half bad. Just dry.
Oven timer is done.
Alright, I hear you. Ah, come on.
Your oven timer is done.
Computer, shut up. Oh, I'm getting it all over the counter. Oh no. Alright, we're getting most of it. There it is. There it is. There it is. There we go. So that's our biscuit dough, for lack of a better word. Toss that. Stick this in the fridge. Experiment with that. Okay, let's check our cakes. See, they're still not golden brown on top. Computer, set oven timer for 2 minutes.
Oven timer, 2 minutes. Starting now.
All right, even if they don't look golden brown after 2 minutes, we will call that. We'll make our icing. Get our milk out, get it ready. This only calls for 1.5 teaspoons of milk for the icing. All right. Let's see what we got left that's not dirty. Well, that's half a teaspoon, so we can do 3 of these. Watch me spill it. Oh, you're not even seeing it. So we got our powdered sugar, or I'm sorry, confectionery sugar. I'm going to do 1.5 teaspoons of milk. 1, 2, 3, because that's half a teaspoon. Oh! Why can't I hear anything as opposed to all the... Shut up, Don! Little shithead. I think part of the reason I can't hear Tink's music half the time is usually when I'm in my office, I can't play it on the computer because of stream. So I have to play it on the TV. And unfortunately, the sound on the TV is not that great. If I go behind the TV and listen, I can hear the music. But yeah. Oh man, this is really thick. I need more milk.
Your oven timer is done.
Computer, stop. Just a touch more milk. And let's take our cakes out. We'll let them cool for a little bit. Still, they really don't look golden on top. But, oh well. So, while those are cooling, let's finish making our, paste. Man, that is like a paste, really. I added a little more milk, and now it's a little smoother. Much more like an ice. It did say only 1.5 teaspoons, not tablespoons. Yeah, see, that's much better. Maybe a little too runny, but I'd rather that than the thickness we had. Okay, so that'll be our icing going on top of those cakes. Let's just do it on the baking sheet. Okay. Set for about a minute, and it's almost been a minute. We have enough icing. I don't know how much. I mean, if these were supposed to make 36 cakes, I don't know how this little bit of icing was supposed to last all 36. Unless I'm just putting it on way too thick. Alright, it's starting to stick. There's barely enough icing here for 12. That. Okay. Oh, and icing is sweet. Okay, here we go. These are the lemon cakes. Still, they feel warm. Very warm. But this is going to be our last recipe. We did quite a few small recipes today. I mean, we did the, let's see, according to my list, and actually there was a honey biscuit I even had on the list that we didn't get to. So our first recipe was the iced milk with honey, and that was excellent. It takes about an hour for it to cool down once you heat up the milk and the honey, but in a glass with ice, and we topped it with saffron. You could do cinnamon. It was excellent. Perfect for a hot summer day. Our number 2 recipe was actually not so much a recipe, but the spice we made that was called for with, I forget which recipe. Might have been the beans or biscuits and gravy. Anyway, it was a sugary spice, very sweet. Could be used for things like even the lemon cakes. Our third recipe was the biscuits and gravy, where the biscuits turned out kind of dry. But with the gravy, they were perfect. I mean, the gravy really softened them up, and reheated, it'll be perfect. So, the fourth recipe was the white beans and bacon, which again is more of a side dish, not a main dish, but that was our main dish for today. Because I didn't do anything heavy like any meats or soups or stuff. And actually, it's a perfect lunch meal. I'm just going to heat it up for lunch tomorrow. It'll be perfect. Excuse me. Our fifth recipe was chickpea paste, or more commonly referred to as hummus. Excuse me. And it turned out perfect. Nice and creamy, just like most hummus. We used garlic and olive oil. What else did we put in there? Oh, garlic. Then we used the baked bread versus flatbread to dip it with it. You could use anything. Flatbread, I even had some crackers ready in case I didn't come up with something else. After the chickpea paste, the last dish was this, the lemon cakes. So, these are the lemon cakes. They don't look great. Again, I'm almost thinking the dough might have been a little bit dry, but let's try one. Let's grab one of the smaller ones with a lot of icing on it. So here we go. I don't know if you can see inside, but it almost looks moist and almost crystallized inside. Now the icing on top just adds to it. Oh. They're all crumbly. But excellent. So I'm going to let these continue to cool down. Put them in a container. These are great little snacks. Little sweet snack. Yeah, they're not dry like the biscuits inside. They're more of a moist, crispy type flavor, but good. I think the lemon zest really adds to it. So that, other than our dark beer, which was just Guinness, and our last beer today, that is our cooking stream. And ignore all the flour and sugar on my shirt. So that's it. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. Next Sunday, we will be back with more Alien Isolation. And tomorrow, we will be back with Bowser and his stream. We will continue Stream Raiders where we left off. And I'm going to have another hour or two, not only to move all this shit back upstairs for tomorrow's stream, the mic, the cameras, but also starting the dishwasher here. I got at least 2 to 3 loads to go. So, all right, let's find somebody to raid. Oh, those look so good. So yummy. I definitely need a bigger kitchen. I probably need to clean off that little cart that I have. I could have used that for extra space, but right now it's full with a toaster oven and a bunch of bottles from the beat. So, all right, let's see who is on. Oh, excuse me. Doobie-doobie-doo. Hi. Try for another cooking stream if somebody's cooking. Let's see who's on that I'm following. I mean, there's all kinds of people on playing all kinds of games. Actually, now that I think about it, I think the Connection Project is on. They went to a monthly versus a weekly podcast stream. I think they're on. Oh. I think I know who we're going to stream. Raid. Yes, we're going to raid somebody new. I just ran into her earlier this week, thanks to Cinnabadger. And she is playing Planet Crafter. which is a game I was ODing on the last 2 weeks. It's a fun looking game. So let's rate her. Her name is Lady D. So, let's do this. Okay. For anybody that is a sub, you can use these first set of emotes. For anybody who's not a sub, you can use the second set. I need to make sure I can copy these because half the time I cannot from this laptop for some reason. And it annoys the hell out of me. And it's not letting me do it again. So I need to go over to my mod stream, copy it from there, I think. Just a minute, Bowser. Bowser wants to go outside. Okay. Now I think I got it. Yes. She's great. She's great. Okay, I got it. I can cut and paste now. So we're gonna raid Lady D, give her some love. I forget what she was rated or playing the first time I was rated into her. This is the first time I've actually rated her, but yes, Planet Crafter, if you're not familiar with it, it's a brand new game that came out earlier this year. A lot of us have been playing it, and it's fun. So I highly recommend the game. I highly recommend the streamer. And that's about it. So I will see you guys probably on the morrow or hear from you. And you all have a great rest of your Sunday. Drink hard, teammates, and have a good weekend. Bowser, stop.